So last year was a pretty outstanding year. Number 6 globally in terms of the destination, 38.5 billion dirhams. Where are we so far on the numbers for 2018? Are we on target to hit that kind of number?
Well, this is something that we're working on right now, but the city altogether is putting a very good performance against what everyone is seeing. Investment generally in the last years have grown in Dubai tremendously. Looking at last year's performance, as you said, coming from where we were before, I think it's a tremendous one. Probably historic number.
Do you think that we can make? Do you think that we can make that similar number again in 2019? Where are we so far?
Okay, for the first quarter, or according to Dubai FDI monitor, we were 54% growth without counting the merger and acquisition that happens, the big one for Uber. Putting that together, we were somewhere around close to 200. Now, this is a staggering number of people look at it, but we look also at reality, where companies really invest, where company has, real, impact on the city.
Yeah.
I just want to say something. This is where, and this is maybe we'll announce it for the first time here in your studio. We're looking at probably to a better year even comparing to last year, where numbers could be even higher than the performance we had on 2018.
Okay, so that's a nice headline for us. Talk to me about the quality of that. So you expect to break 38.5 billion dirhams for 2019?
This is our goal and expectation, yes.
Above 40? What can I squeeze out of you? What kind of number are we? What kind of number are we going to get to?
See, we are in a city of optimism always, and His Highness have showed us that this is the way, and we're working against within that.
Okay.
And we expect to really reach within higher on these numbers.
Okay. Can I talk to you about the quality? Because it's about the quality of the FDI is incredibly important for the number of jobs that you create. And I looked at the slate of where the FDI is coming from last year, the top 5. Number 1 comes in on the retail and the accommodation side. Who do you want to really appeal to as we go forward? So here's the countries that you've been doing most of your FDI with. But in terms of the quality, where are you targeting the most?
We are more into, focusing on our rankings. Our ranking is within the cities of London, Singapore, Hong Kong, and we want to continue within this league. We have been performing well according to Financial Times FDI markets. Our ranking for the last 5 years brought us to really number 1 in performance globally among global cities. Number 2 and number 1 again on renewable energy. Number 2 in terms of countries within future prospect, and a few other rankings that brought us within the same. Our goal is to continue to be within the 10 to 5 rankings on global scale, and this is something that we will, there are certain years that certain ranking could go up and down, but this is our focus as a city.
So the conversations that I've had with CEOs are about the headwinds about bringing more FDI and more money into this region. They say they want to see the political instability improve, namely Qatar, Yemen and Iran. And they have trust issues around payments, whether you're being terminated, whether you're being let go. These are the 2 fundamental headwinds to bringing more money in here. What do you say to reassure them on the politics and the financial robustness?
See, politics is not my expertise, but we know that there are effects within the last 2 years on payments and many other issues like that, which is a norm when things happen, when there is a slowdown in economy. But we have to also look at reality. Dubai serves, while it serves as a city itself, Dubai as a city, there is also Dubai as a gateway to the region where we are. And at the same time, when we work on that, we see multinationals who are here are serving countries around the region in Middle East, Indian subcontinent and South Asia, all the way to Africa. These are the fundamentals of the city when there are.
But do you acknowledge these headwinds? Do you acknowledge these headwinds?
It is within the city, and this is a norm, a norm ratio when and slow down economies. But we've seen that is happening right now, and we might be seeing it also in other parts of the world. This is happening right now. But it's about the fundamental of the city. Are we there to support investment? Are we there to multiply the services are being given to new investors, to talent, as well as trying to bring up all the services, including business services, including keeping people to really retain them, including the logistics support that the city has, as well as facilitating companies, setups, and the whole dynamics behind a city of business like Dubai.
Regulation and change of regulation is critically important. Where are we with 100% ownership? You can 100% ownership in a free zone. That's well known. But where are we with 100% ownership onshore in Dubai? Can we expect anything to change there?
It's already changing. The law have been there, and there are stacks that are coming in terms of different businesses that are going to gain the 100%. While we're doing so, there are companies who've been given 100% ownership. This is happening right now as we talk, and we're going through that. There is a.
And what's the priority onshore for 100% ownership in your mind? What would change the narrative?
I think it's overall the business itself, the impact of the business on the city. You will give 100% without thinking twice if there is a high impact on this FDI coming to the city. Mm-hmm. And we'll give it even more when the FDI has, a digital transformation of the city that we look at. This is very important for the government right now, and this is very important for us to really fulfill. It's not only the investment, it's also the sort of investment that has a high impact in terms of what we're looking at.
What about privatization of government assets? Have you any plans to sort of come forward with any more privatization, because that's the real juice that brings the international investors in?
I think privatization has to do with the governments themselves looking at where they are, what they prioritize in terms of their services. And here in the Gulf countries altogether, when you see that the privatization of the certain big players such as telecom, such as a few other things got to do with even electricity, power. The government want to continue servicing these because there is an expansion going on.
But do you think there is an appetite to privatize? Do you think is that in the spoken agenda?
I haven't heard it actually. The government want to make sure that they provide the best services to the residents of here, and they want to make sure that this is done in the best way. That's why number one globally are UAE in terms of power installation to individuals and houses and units globally. This is a global ranking. If we don't have that efficiency, we will not be competing.
No, you're bang on the money there. If I said to you, what's the biggest piece of regulation that you'd like to see change to bring in more FDI, what would that be?
I think we're looking at a few things. The most part that will hit on the government and policies that have been set, as well as the agenda of the future, is on the digital transformation, the importance of where we want to be in terms of services, the city level. Mm-hmm. Few things maybe on financial services, fintech itself. This is within, allowing Dubai to really capture such investments that will come into that and grow these investments in the region. We know there are more needs of financial instruments in the region and solutions. We understand that we are also competing globally while we compete also regionally, but we have to have the fundamentals of these opportunities for our investors.